Old Dick. The cover features a pastiche of different scenes. In the foreground, a man. The tagline reads, Detective Dick Mullen must prove his innocence after an old friend is murdered.
Are you really reading that, detective? Good luck finding it. He's not much of a character. I think you'll...
The point is for the reader to feel like the story opens with a knock at the door. Detective Dick Mullen. Spillane needs Mullen to drive him in from Vespa to a small town along the insular. 2 days later, Mullen is arrested by the Vespa police and charged with the murder of Charlie Spillane. At his interrogation, Mullen learns that, desperate to clear his name, Mullen manages to convince the Vespa police to release him for 3 days so that Mullen may solve his friend's murder and prove.
What's the matter, detective?
The lieutenant shrugs, resigned to the idea that of course Mullen didn't do it. That's the whole premise of the book. Anyway, Mullen returns to the seaside bar where Spillane was murdered and meets a beautiful, mysterious woman named Deneuve reveals that she was Spillane's lover and that he was mixed up with a local. Not only is the local police captain in on the amphetamine ring, so is the son of a powerful politician, and outwardly, the old police captain is he would certainly have the motive and the means, but a typical privileged twat. The kid doesn't exactly. Torvald, the art collector. That said, Torvald. One evening, Deanna Deneuve comes to Mullen's hostel room in tears. Yes, comfort and pleasure. The warmth of another human's touch. The burning taste of liquor on her full. As the two lovers share a post-coital cigarette. I love you. Whatever it is, Mullen never hears the words. A blow to the base of his skull knocks him out cold. When Mullen comes to, Deneuve is dead on the hostel bed next to him. To make matters worse, Mullen trashes his blood-stained clothes and flees the hostel, knowing the heat is on. If Dick, can you solve the case before the cops close in? What is it, detective? It's a dangerous line of work, but there was never a time when he wasn't a detective. He was born a detective. For a moment, you cease to read the story on the page and see the book for what you won't find the answers you're looking for here. In other words, is it really so evil, detective? Like what? Do you even have those? Yes. They're out there waiting for. Did you lose them? Or did they? But then, what does this book know? So, who did it, detective? Who killed Charlie Spillane and Deanna Deneuve? Have you been paying attention at all? It wasn't. You begin furiously flipping through pages. Even as you know these books follow, you try to grab the pages as they come. Dozens of pages scatter across the floor.
Ah, yes. The problem with mass mark. Perhaps this is a sign that you should get back to solving your own murder, huh, detective?
Don't forget, in your hand, you hold 4/5 of Dick Mullen. This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the album. The maps look old and faded. Your eye
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
The worn map features the patchwork grid. Your finger moves through the various streets. Finally, coming to a halt on the...
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and select the Map tab.
Shelves full of biographies of famous people, whoever they are. The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere. The display rack.
Oh yes, certainly.
The cover of this tattered paperback features the man from Hyundai. Standing atop a pile of behind him rise the harsh snow-capped. The back blurb reads, his latest adventures. Below, in smaller font, you see the parenthetical, adapted from a brazen attempt to bilk fans for more money by splicing together old stories. People find comfort in familiarity, remembering old experiences. Look at the story opens in media res. By nightfall, only the man from Hyundai 9 to rebut. It is physically impossible for a human being to, and with deadly finesse, his twin. A few chapters. This book makes a mockery of the very idea of good plotting. The Northmen find themselves in the court of a powerful southern. The man from Hyundai extracts a high price from the desperate king. He asks you skip in the center as swiftly the visitors toss off in an instant. Oh, for fuck's sake. When the din of battle settles, only he probably is, considering the sheer amount of the man from Hyundai stares at you on the cover. The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making you forget the lieutenant's surname. The faded marks are too degraded to draw any. They look pretty ancient.
Where? There? Those are old. Yes, the one that happened half a century ago. Those bullets were fired during the revolution. Not much. I don't have...
Shine on these sunglasses.
These are those UV stickers.
These are all first.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if...
No, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights.
This door is made of metal and appears to be no one.
We should return in the evening. At 9 p.m. the early...
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board. With the permeable, it takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Some assholes brought their couch outside. Cause of failure. True people. The case. The crew agree. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message. All of Lakeside, Central Jamrock. A stat in any AK. You were so Leslie. The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypassers. Threat. It's plain to see from the files that you. Good. He must. In the process. He can't get. Which is also why the officer response. Not much has changed in the mean.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
His slender figure is backlit by city and his shirt is still unbuttoned.
Beautiful. So tell me, are you here to make things right again? Beautiful. I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting. That's why I chose this place.
Wait. Suddenly you are digging things?
Trust me, you do. That's nice, but I don't have anything.
He takes another drag of.
Besides,
He's going to leave you alone. Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool or mysterious ever again.
to the city. It's a beautiful night.
Something flutters in the...
We'll talk. Just take care, all right?
And he's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him.
Different, of course. Something so mysterious about the way he talks. Very.
He's barely holding it.
Come on, detective, let's go. We've got a potential witness.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens...
You shouldn't be seeing him in an intimate setting. For some reason you feel this superior, but his hands are clean and well...
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good.
Hanging? What a drag. He seems like a cultured gentleman. You should ask him about the finer things.
Of course. Let me just say it has been an emotional...
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. The economy impacts the entire international community. Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when... Yes, as I said before, I'm a commissioner from Sur...
Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability.
La communauté Your employer, technically speaking. The governing... It is the most important thing. It's the central goal of any sound monetary, which is essential.
Basically, it makes sure the...
Précisément. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works, but not too far. The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefit. A sound monetary policy is... But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. It's the International Organization for Moralists. Hence, Moralist International.
There are more nefarious powers to work for.
But of course. Because moralists believe in a normal, stable...
Me?
You've managed to catch the lieutenant off guard.
I'm a lieutenant of the RCM.
A very moralist answer. Martinez? No. Revachol is generally... But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking. Is this option D usually the most reasonable answer? Sounds like moralism. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. What's there to... Moreover...
Darling, that can't...
Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture... Whatever you wish. I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
Easy, detective. No need to jump to conclusions.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what...
He holds out his hand.
What do you mean? Like...
It was just so strange. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. That's when I understood.
Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated. Well done, detective.
I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. Maybe 8?
The lieutenant sends you a sharp look at the mention of that number.
That's a giant you're describing. No, they were all... I went back inside.
Were you able to see any...
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see. All men, I presume.
But we are fairly certain the lady driver...
It's possible, officer. But I cannot say with certainty. I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Aeropagites among them. And I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent. Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots. You're right, of course. That is what one... I'm afraid I don't have...
About what time?
All I can say is my watch. Yes, now I remember. It was 30 minutes... No, I didn't see the corpse until the...
It seems this wasn't a break. I think we have everything we need. Thank you.
Of course. Anything I can do to assist the RCM. Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy. I'm just enjoying the view.
A dead body.
Listen. The Insulindian Bay. This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. But the million real views... My friend comes and goes.
A busy bee? What an odd choice of words.
Sorry. Who? But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Officer, you have to understand. He's deeply enmeshed in the study. He's a truly free spirit. He likes all... How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the... Au contraire. Kedra is a candidate member of... That it's never going to happen. They enter... EPIS is a very special program developed...
God, yes. Sweet standard.
It was such a wild success that we... Why, it stands for progress and stability. Like the moral intern. It's been such a wild extra... A supranational... You mean Revachol? It's one day going to...
Except that, candidate.
No. But we were talking about my friend. I'm all ears, officer. A moment. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave. It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing...
That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in his position shouldn't be seen loitering around in underprivileged...
Sure, go ahead. It's a beautiful... Was there anything else? Of course.
hear someone walking around inside. A poor communard from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger.
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant?
Let's go. We don't have a reason.
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any a poor communard.
Do you have?
Let's go.
It's
Can I help you? Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
Yes?
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray.
Yes? Yes?
Fuck does Kuno care? The fuck do you want with it? Good call, Pigmeister. Don't the fuck about it. Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor. Kuno's fuckgimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant. Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away. Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno. Yeah? That shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno, you wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gate. Yeah, cocking boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around
Yes, you met him at the gates. The one with the boots and the jolly...
Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit.
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information?
Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you, loser pig.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That is also...
Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Oh, did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing? This is Kuno's kingdom. Kuno fucking rules here. You're
Get lost,
the fuck about it. You're
Get lost,
Kuno.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants. The material, delicate, and these are clearly not. The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched. A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own. Nope